What's going on, everyone? Chris here with Clutter Reduction Junk Removal in Palm Beach County, Florida. We just got done doing an estimate for a resident of a senior living facility that I'm a vendor for. It was the daughter who reached out to me. Her mom's in the hospital, is going to be moving out in the next couple of weeks. And she told me on the email that it was some bulk furniture pieces that need to go, and then cleaning up some of the stuff within the apartment. But she didn't give me a very detailed inventory and or how much stuff I'm going to be needing to clean out. But she did specify that it would be the kitchen, the living room, the bedroom, and the bathroom, which is pretty much the whole apartment. So I asked her if I could stop by and take a look. I'm a vendor there. They have my information like kind of recorded in their system, and I got permission, so I went there and checked it out. A decent amount of stuff for a senior living facility. A lot more bulk items than typical. The furniture isn't super terrible, but a little heavy king-size mattress, which is actually uncommon for most senior living facilities I go to. They're usually queens because the kings take up so much room. But there is also dog droppings all throughout the apartment. It doesn't smell super great. And overall, it would probably be about a full truck volume-wise, plus it would take some time to bag up all the items, which was a decent amount of stuff. And then I would have a long walk down a hallway. The good news is that it's on the first floor, so I don't have to worry about the elevator. But would still be a long walk to get out the hallway and then to the truck. So time-wise, it would probably be about the same. But she told me on the email that she was quoted $500 flat, which makes me wonder who the company was. Because price-wise for volume, that's pretty accurate to mine. But with no surcharges for the clean-out fee, I thought was kind of interesting. But based on what I saw and smelled, I know a lot of the franchises down here would charge probably an additional $100 to what I charged her. I quoted her for a full truck plus a little bit for the clean out fee, and then I gave her a 10% discount on top of that because that's what I do for the senior living facilities because everyone there is 65 plus. So she didn't really blow me off right away despite telling me what the original quote was, and I quoted her about $149 more. So we'll see what happens. I'm curious if that company actually saw the place in person or if they're just going off of what she told me, in which case they may get there and say, never mind, it's going to be so-and-so. And at that point, hopefully she remembers my estimate. That's what I typically see happen a lot. Or they just don't show up, which is what happened the last time I was at that building. So we'll see what happens. But I wanted to go over some of my goals for 2023. I'll keep it real quick and short for you guys, and then I probably won't be filming another video until 2023. So I do hope everyone had a great Christmas. They have a good following holiday season, a good new year. I hope you guys have some goals for 2023 and you already have plans set out to achieve them. I would also like to hear some of your goals in the comment section, so please do comment them down below. But let's go ahead and get into some of the goals I have, which right off the back is to pay myself better. Right now I do an hourly fee where if it's anything less than an eighth of a truck, I just do 1 hour minimum. Once I hit 139 or above, I do a 2 hour minimum. And then every additional hour I'm on the job, I'll pay myself an additional hour. I'm not paying myself like 15, 20 bucks here. It's a decent amount. It's enough to where I could work 8 to 10 hours a week on job like sites and make enough to pay my weekly bills, expenses, and then a little extra for cushion and be completely comfortable. So that's kind of been what's worked for me for now. My goal, when I get a little bit of a savings put away for what I want to do next year, I'll start jumping that up to 40 to 50% take-home pay based on total gross income. And that is perfectly feasible for how I plan on running the business. I've already done the math for it. So that would be a nice, refreshing take on the business as far as like actually working for myself and pulling in the actual profit that I deserve versus kind of worrying about the business first and then myself after. The next thing I want to do is get a dump trailer. That goal is going to be for late spring, early summer. My original goal with the business was to actually do the trailer rentals when I first started because I wanted to be in a position where I can have other people do the labor for me and I just collect the proceeds. So I figure if I can go out and do a job and then go pick up my trailer that someone's been pouring stuff into, charge them based on that, I just made two different incomes by doing one source of work. So for me, it's like double dipping. So I'd be kind of excited about that. I think I would wait until probably the fall to actually initiate that, because if I'm running this primarily on my own in the summer, I don't want to have to rely on picking up and dropping off a trailer by certain times if I get stuck doing multiple jobs a day or one big job I can't just leave. So I think the fall would be a good time to start it. Plus, it would open up an opportunity for savings, or sorry, not savings, an opportunity for income when it slows down a little bit because of the season. So that would be the goal there. And I'll plan on probably doing a 12 to 14 foot trailer, 27-inch walls, and I'll build them up myself up to a 5-foot wall. I was looking into the 4-foot walls down here, and they're like an additional $3,000 for the trailer. So I'm just going to do the wood. The next goal, and this is a pretty primary thing, and I talked about this a little bit a while ago, but that's for my marketing, which I want to do the 80-20 marketing rule of thumb, which is focusing 80% of your effort into the top 20% of your sources that yield the most income. So for me, that's Google and professionals. And by professionals, I mean realtors, organizers, property managers, or contractors. Those are probably about 40%, 50% of my total job sources. And then, of course, I have the repeat clients on top of that. And another 30% or so comes directly from Google. So that's people looking up junk removal in Boynton Beach, finding my website, contacting me through there. I have the analytics on my website to kind of guide me through that. And then an additional 10% or so come from Facebook or Nextdoor. So when I do my marketing, I will focus on doing networking, which is a huge goal of mine, is to build stronger relationships with these professionals versus just, they send me a job whenever they have it and vice versa. I actually want to build a professional relationship with them. I also want to focus more on not so much the content I put out on social media and the internet, but the quality of it. And YouTube will get a hit of that as well. But for me, I feel like Instagram is more of a for show, whereas Facebook and Nextdoor is more likely to actually get me business. So those will be my primary focus for the social media side of it. But of course, I will still upload pictures and post and ads and stuff to Google and for Yelp, just to kind of keep updated to help engage with Google overall. And my third little bonus thing for that will be commercial work. I don't think I've ever gotten to a commercial job where I've done less than one truckload. So I feel like that would be a good thing to kind of focus on, especially with the continuous trend of working from home. A lot of buildings are either closing or downsizing, which means they're getting rid of their umpteen amount of desks and chairs and stuff they don't need anymore. So that's a very big thing still going on in South Florida. So I think that'll be a good place to focus on, whether it's bringing cards by for future use. I like to drop signs by office buildings that have the dumpster outside, because that's what happened with that big clean out I had in July. They rented a 30 or 50 yard dumpster, whatever, and they filled it up within like 2 days, and they had to be out like 2 days later, and they weren't going to get a new dumpster until the last day that they were there. So they had me go in and clear out as much as possible, and that was like a $5,000-$6,000 job. So those are kind of the goals for the marketing and networking. As far as YouTube goes, I'm still just treating it as another social media source where I share the things I learn and things I learn that don't work out well, for me at least, and just pushing that off to you guys. But I do plan on doing a little bit more concise videos where they're more action shots, more like recap of the jobs, and maybe like a couple of tips here or there that I learn, versus doing like full talking on videos like this. I will probably do more shorts on YouTube, since I now know how to do that. Otherwise, that's about the plan for that. I think that covers about everything. The main goal is to just remain simple and to actually remain small as a business. I don't necessarily want to be bringing in, $250,000, $300,000 a year right off the back without building myself into it. And I don't feel like I'm ready as a first-time business owner to take that initiative step. So for me, I would actually rather keep it a little bit smaller to where I can still pull the majority of the proceeds for myself, doing the work and controlling everything myself, enough to where I'm not burning myself out entirely. So I think that is very doable for the goal I have for 2023 and how I plan on doing things. And if I need to hire out people, I will. But my goal is to do what I can by myself and hire out help when I have like real big jobs, more just to take the pressure off myself. Otherwise, I don't plan on changing so much how I do things on my own. But that's it for me for goals. Again, go ahead and comment down some of the stuff that you guys plan on doing, and I will see you in 2023. Hope everyone is having a great rest of their December and a great holiday season, and I hope you guys are finishing out strong. See you in 2023. Bye.